Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be working on this very simple looking bracelet, but I just had my niece over and from all this fancy schmancy jewelry I have, she chose this. This was one of my earliest designs and I never really thought of making a tutorial on it because it's basically string of beads. That's all it is really, with a couple of, that's basically ladder stitch and the rest is just stringing, that's all. It's a very simple design, but she really liked it and I thought if she likes it, there must be other people out there that like it as well. So it's very basic. I've done it with Czech beads. You don't need any fancy beads for this because when I just started out, I didn't really have money to buy Japanese beads, and this was all done with Czech beads, and I had to change the toggle clasp for this because it was broken, so this is one of my newer toggle clasps. So that's basically it. Today we're gonna work on this. I didn't figure out a name for it yet, but we'll come up with it until the end of this tutorial. So from the beads, I'm gonna be using Czech. These are Czech gold. And I'm gonna be using Toho's 11 red. I think gold goes in contrast with really bright colors, so I thought I'm gonna go with this red. Don't have much of it left, so it should be enough. And then you're gonna need a stop bead. You're gonna need a bar of the toggle clasp, because as you notice, I just used the last link as a part of a toggle clasp. Then you're gonna need a beading thread. I'm gonna be using this Nymo size B just because it goes well with gold. Then you're gonna need beading needle. I'm gonna be using size 10. The beads are quite big, so you know you can use a big needle, and then scissors to cut the thread. So that's basically it. Very simple materials. Any starter beader probably has them. You don't even have to stick to these sizes. You can use any size of beads here really, as long as your toggle bar at the end goes through that last loop, it's fine. You can use 6 O's, you can use 3 O's in between, you can use crystals, anything you want, but I decided to stick to my previous design, so I'm just using these basic beads. So I'm gonna thread my needle with 2 yards. You might want to take 3 if you want to reinforce your loops, because I didn't. On one side it just has one layer of thread, so if you want to have it double to make sure it's secure, take 3 yards, so you'll be able to reinforce as well. So I'm gonna thread my needle and then we'll get straight to work. So I thread my needle, have my beads ready, and then we just get to work. I'm gonna start with my stop bead. You can leave a really short tail just to sew it later. I tend to leave about 6 inch. And then I'm gonna take my needle through that stop bead one more time. Just bear with me, I took a long thread, so that's it. And from here it gets really simple. So I'm gonna show you how, well, we start from this side and then at the end we add the bar. So I'm gonna show you how to do this first loop, and then I'm gonna show you how to attach the next one. From there, every single one of them is exactly the same, so it should be a short tutorial. First I'm gonna pick up 4 8 O's, 3 11 O's, and repeat that 4 times. So it has, well, repeat it 3 more times. 1 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3. So if I drop down to my stop beads, you'll see what I have. So basically, I'll hold that aside. So I picked up 4 8 O's, 3 11 O's, 4 8 O's, 3 11 O's, 4 8 O's, 3 11 O's, 4 8 O's, 3 11 O's. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my needle through all those beads one more time to turn it into a circle. Don't go through the stop bead, that's just there to hold the beads in place for now. Just take your time because it's quite a long string of beads, so sometimes it doesn't work in one go. And that's what I have. And to actually turn it into a circle, I'm gonna go through this 4 8 O's and then pull my needle through. And you have your first unit. That's it. That's the first unit there. And I'm gonna show you how to add the next one. So from here, it's all repetitious. So I'm gonna pick up 4 8-0s and we're gonna create a ladder stitch. So from here, my thread is coming out on this side. I'm gonna bring it around this 4 8-0s. That's it, and then reinforce it. So I'm gonna go through this 4 beads I just added and back through this 4 beads. So that reinforced, I can go to the top and pull my needle through. And here I can add the next unit. So every time I pick up same number of beads, I'm gonna pick up 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, drop it down, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, and 3 11-0s. So the sequence of beads I pick up is the same for every single unit. I'm just gonna show it to you again. So this is what we pick up. 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s. This sequence is same for every single unit you add. And then here, I'm gonna take my needle through these 4 beads through the other side. And that adds the second unit. That's how it is. Now what I do, I just go through beads, come to the top and add the next unit just like we added this one. But what you want to do probably is reinforce this circle you added. Just go through all those beads and come back around. It's a lot of beads to count every time, but you need to do that. You might add less beads if you are using bigger, like if you're using crystals, or you can make it fancy by adding Swarovski crystals and stuff like that. So then your count goes lower because your beads are bigger. So that's how we added the second unit. And now I'm just gonna take my needle. I'm gonna show you how to add unit one more time, just in case if I missed to explain something on this one. So I'm gonna take my needle to the top 4 beads. So here I am at the top, 4 beads. Again, just like we added this unit, first we start off by adding 4 8-0s with the ladder stitch. So I picked up 4 8-0s. I'm gonna go through these 4 beads through the other side. And now reinforce. Go through these 4 beads and back through this bottom 4 beads. And then go to the top 4 and add the next unit. So pick up the same sequence we did before. 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s. I'm gonna drop it down so you can see what I have. Same sequence just like before. So 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s, 4 8-0s, 3 11-0s. And then I'm gonna take my needle through this base 4 beads through the other side. And then once you have that, reinforce. I didn't reinforce on the first one, it still looks fine, but I think it's just for safety's sake to reinforce. Almost there. And that's it. Next unit added. So you continue like that. So you again take your needle through the top 4, add 4 bilateral stitch, add the circle, reinforce, and so on. Keep on repeating that until you have the whole length required. That's all it is. And once you have your all loops you need, I will meet you back here and show you how to add this bar. So we're almost done. All we have left to do is just add the bar. So we're just gonna go ahead. Let me see how I did that. Okay, okay. So I went ahead, added the last unit, I reinforced it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my needle to the top, and I'll show you where you need to come out. You need to come out of the third 8-0 at the top. See, I'm coming out, not the 4th one, but the 3rd one. Then I'm gonna pick up 2 8-0s, and then I'm gonna go, see, okay, see where I am? Basically I'm adding this on top of the middle 2 8-0s by ladder stitch. And reinforce. Ladder stitch you always want to reinforce, because if you don't, look, reinforced. Now we go to the top 2. This time I pick up 2 11-0s and then go through these 2 and then reinforce. Go through the top 2 and then bottom 2. That's it. And then again go to the top 2 and add 1 more row of 11-0s. Go through this 2 and reinforce. Go to the top 2, bottom 2. And now it's time to add the bar. Now because we want to keep the bar parallel to our bracelet, not sideways, we want to make sure we do crisscross on top of it. So I'm gonna go through the top 2, and how I do that, I'm just gonna keep it here. First, I'm gonna take my needle through the bottom to the top of the hole of the bar. Take my needle through and through these 2 11-0s. And then pull my needle. So that was through the bottom to the top. This time, I take my needle through the top to the bottom and back through this 2 11-0. And that creates a cross thread on top, and it stays parallel to our beadwork. And I'm just gonna repeat that to reinforce. Through the bottom to the top, back through these 2 beads. It's getting tight right there. And through the top to the bottom, through these 2 beads. And that's it. And that's it, our bracelet is done. So I'm gonna let you finish off on your own. All you have to do, take your needle through some beads. You can make a couple knots if you want. All I usually do, I usually try to finish my thread and go back and forth, and you know, at some point I'm gonna go back round until it gets tight and just get rid of the tail. Same you want to do with the initial tail. Just make sure you reinforce this top loop couple times, because this is going to serve as part of your clasp, so you want to make sure it's nice and strong. So go ahead and do that, and then we're gonna compare our bracelets. Here they are. They came out really nice. I quite like the gold color as well. So if you notice, it's very simple looking, but when you put it on, look how gorgeous it is. Well, this one's too big for me. Try this one. Yeah, this one's good. Look how gorgeous it is. It matches my watch as well perfectly. So my niece asked me to make her a matching choker. I initially thought I'm just gonna make it long enough to go around the neck, but since I started liking it, I decided to make it a bit more delicate, and I think for the choker I'll try to make this unit smaller and maybe double it. I don't know, I'll work on it today and make the tutorial on it for the next one. So next tutorial probably will be on the choker. So I decided to call it Dora Bracelet. So the next one we're gonna work on the choker or a necklace. I don't know, I always have ideas but end up with different results. Might end up with earrings or something. So thanks for watching, guys. Stick around for more. Make sure to subscribe, like the video if you did. Feel free to leave your comments if you have any questions. I think I have enough subscriber base now that there are actually people that are also willing to help others and answer questions. So if you're one of those, please go to the comments section and help out others, because I try my best to reply all the comments, but sometimes, you know, I'm busy at home and doing other stuff, because this is not my full-time job. This is just a side hobby. So if you know the answers, please try and help out others as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.